If you need to promote your band or business, or just want to stylize, personalize, or customize your ride, check out vid-decals.com. Want to create and customize your own stickers representing your band, or make your own bumper sticker? Vid Decals can do it. All stickers are printed on quality vinyl and can be placed on any flat surface. Stickers are an affordable way to promote your band or business. Go to vid-decals.com to get started. That's vid-decals.com. vid-decals.com.
RockstarLeatherworks.com is your home for badass rock and roll gear. Featuring 100% handmade leather bands, watches, cuffs, bracelets, and more, Rockstar Leatherworks has something for everybody. Whether you are going to the show or you are in it, you can find something to fit your needs. Choose from a variety of designs or create your own masterpiece. Their bands and watches are second to none. They also ship internationally. Who needs a stage to be a rock star? Check out RockstarLeatherworks.com.
Hi, this is Bobby Brown, and welcome to another fucking podcast.
You kids with your loud music and your Dan Fogelberg, your Zima, hula hoops, and Pac-Man video games, don't you see? People today have attention spans that can only be measured in nanoseconds.
See, son, old legends never die. They just lose weight.
Like a legend and an out-of-work bum with a lot of life.
Hello, Hollywood. Hello, world. And hello, my loyal minions. It is good to see you, and it's always good to be seen. My name is Izzy Presley, and welcome again to another fucking podcast. Special Thursday night edition. Because, well, in town is my good friend Tommy Sommers. Please say hello, Mr. Sommers. Hey, he is of the three sides of the coin ilk. Along with, of course, fucking Brandvold and the one and only Mark Chikini. You know what really bothers me is he always Brandvold always pulls the fucking Wayne thing with me as always. It's like it's about him.
Yeah? What's your point?
That is my point.
Yeah.
I don't know. So we're gonna talk to Tommy. We're gonna talk some Kiss. We're gonna talk we're just gonna bullshit. Talk about music.
Okay.
Do whatever we fucking do here. That's what I do. And oh yes, I forgot. Party time. Yes, Courtney, it is party time. Make sure you check out the show online. If you're listening live on Spreaker right now, feel free to check into the chat room. You can talk shit to us. You can ask us questions, do all that kind of good, fun stuff. Spreaker.com/user/Izzy Presley. Hit that follow button. Every time that I am live, that is where you can get the show. You can listen live right through Spreaker, through the app on your phone. It's really a beautiful, beautiful thing. I enjoy it. I really do. If you're listening on iTunes after the show, hit that subscribe button and then tell me how much I suck. I love that. That is amazing. Make sure you hit up the sponsors. Of course, Rockstar Leatherworks, rockstarleatherworks.com. Tommy, check this out. This is the kind of shit that he does for me.
Wow. That's really nice, man.
Yeah, he's based out of central Minnesota.
Really?
Yeah. Very quick turnaround. You can order something. Like, if you're out here in Los Angeles, you can go to rockstarleatherworks.com, pick a very cool leather watch or just a cuff, whatever. And shit, you can get it in just like 3 days. It'll be there.
Yeah, it's quality.
It's fucking great. And if you have one of those Apple watches, if you're one of them, he actually makes bands that those things fit in. So you can have this really cool custom fucking leather cuff band and throw your Apple Watch in there.
There you go. Looks like something Glenn Danzig would buy.
Well, mother. Also, Vid-Decals, the guy that does my stickers. Remind me to give you a sticker because I always forget about that stuff. But I have these great stickers from vid-decals.com. Another great guy out of that great state of Minnesota. Sass Pants Designs, Mel. She is great. This is for you gals out there. She takes like old rock shirts or whatever and like customizes them and turns them into like tank tops and tube top dresses. And I've seen it with like the schoolgirl plaid skirt on it. Hot. Cool shit like that. Sass Pants Designs. Find her on Facebook. You can find her Etsy store, and she has a lot of stuff that's already pre-made, and that's just killer. Also, the guy that did my vest, Tony, my boy Tony over at the Rockwood Saloon. He does He does a lot of custom stage gear for like Lita Ford is one of his big ones.
There you go.
He does T-shirts. He does anything you need. He can do. He can take a pair of pants and just fucking rock them out for you. Make them. He's amazing. Rockwood Saloon. What else do we have? Beater Amplification. Beater Amps. So proud to be the very first artist under Beater Amplification. Amazing amps. It's hand wired. It's a 100-watt head. You can pull 2 of the tubes and get 50 watts out of it. It's fucking killer. And it's just such an amazing sound. Check those out. Beater Amplification. That's 2 E's. Beater Amplification. And, of course, A&P Productions Laser Engraving Division. We are going to have, I'm going to call it the Roadie Pack. So you will get, it all has the Another Fucking Podcast logo on it. So you're going to get some bottle openers. You're going to get a Zippo. You're going to get, what else did he send me? A little flashlight. I think maybe even a fucking flask.
Oh,
yeah.
There you go.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool stuff. So yeah, check all that shit out. And of course, if you do want to support the show monetarily, you absolutely can. Izzy.Presley@gmail is your PayPal. I would never charge for this show because, well, nobody would fucking listen then. Not that anybody fucking listens now. But yeah, Izzy.Presley@gmail is the PayPal. And, it's, you guys do this. This shit's not free to do.
No, there's always costs.
I just had to drop $20 just so I could fucking do this show right now.
Watched it happen.
He watched it happen. He watched my fucking.
He grabbed the crowbar. He busted open his wallet. And
Yep.
voila, here we are.
Won't you put some money in my empty wallet, Johnny? Huh? So yeah, Izzy.Presley at PayPal is your, or Gmail is your PayPal if you do want to support the show. If you are going to be on the Monsters of Rock cruise, please come up and say hi, and I will give you a sticker. I will have the stickers with me. I'm just going to be handing out the stickers like business cards. Here, put these on your boobies. Let me put this on your ass. That's to the dudes, of course.
Well, yeah.
Well, right, because
that's what you do. That's how you roll.
That's how I roll. Absolutely. So yeah, say hi to the Monsters of Rock cruise if you're going to go, or if you're going to be on the fucking Cruise to the Edge, hanging out with the prog bands. That should be an interesting one. It's always fun though. Those prog people, believe it or not, they can fucking party.
Yeah, what, Dungeons and Dragons?
It is kind of like a Dungeons and Dragons convention. It's kind of
Sausage
hilarious.
fest.
It is a sausage fest, but that doesn't mean they
It's
can't
like
fucking
going to
party.
a Rush concert.
Yes. Yes, it's true.
There's no women in line waiting to go to the bathroom. It's all dudes.
Yeah. But I will say this. Actually, believe it or not, there are some attractive women on the fucking Cruise to the Edge. Believe it or not. I am not the hottest woman on Cruise to the Edge.
I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, I know. I am fucking sexy, ain't I? Oh, God. What else do we have? Yes, and on the Monsters Cruise, I will be doing another Drunken Summit. Not sure who's going to be on it. Never top the one with the Faster Pussycat guys and Don Jameson and the fucking whole Striper ordeal, because that was fucking hilarious. You have to go back and listen to that one, because I know you would fucking love that.
Next week, I promise.
Next week, Scouts Honor. What else do we have? Then after the cruise on the Valentine's Day show, which will be live, it will be Monday the 13th. It will be myself along with, yes, the return of my second in-studio guest. It's been that long since she's been on this show, and you hear her at the top of every show. The Cherry Pie Girl herself, Bobby Brown, returns, and Genocide.
Wait a minute. You're going to get her into this bedroom?
She has been in this bedroom.
No shit.
Yes.
People, let me tell you about this bedroom. The idea that actually Izzy could have sex in a room like this, like any woman would be willing, is beyond me. There are no words to describe this.
It's the Hurt Locker, baby.
Yeah, you look like you're hurting.
Yeah, that's worth a Pat Fontaine laugh.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. So Bobby Brown will be returning along with Genocide from Genocide and the Watchers, and my favorite all-female Guns N' Roses tribute band, Paradise Kitty. Might possibly have one more. I'm not sure. I'm trying to work out the logistics of it. If we can make it happen, we will. I'm not going to say who it is because, well, she's also famous as well. So we'll see.
Patti Smith?
No. But yeah, so we're going to do a live show like we're live right now. We're going to take questions. We can give some dating advice from Bobby Brown. Interesting concept.
I'm still trying to wrap my mind around the idea that she'll actually come into this room.
Well, it's actually not going to be in this room because I'm moving.
Oh, that's right.
New location.
Yeah, that's
beautiful
true.
downtown Burbank. Yeah, so a new location,
But
and
she's been in here.
she has been in here, and it was worse when she was in here because there was carpet in here that was nasty as fuck. It was disgusting.
I believe it. So what did she say? Because I gotta go back.
Oh, trust me, I cleaned this motherfucker like there was no tomorrow.
No way.
Yeah, I mean, it's just you. I didn't clean for you.
Yeah.
I mopped out there.
Well, it was really kind of interesting because when I walked through the door, the first thing I saw was a roll of duct tape and some ether.
Well, guys got to get laid. Guys got to get laid. What can you do?
Apparently.
So yeah, Bobby Brown will be on here. That will be Monday, the 13th of February, right after I get back from the Monsters Cruise and the Cruise to the Edge. So that will be another great show. Then of course I was going to do a Drunken Summit next week, but in the middle of moving, and I've got to make some fucking money before we go on this cruise. So so unfortunately there will be no Drunken Summit this week or next week. I mean, but we are planning one for next month. Of course, Ace Von Johnson will be there. Faster Pussycat. He's kind of like my Ed McMahon. He's been on the show. He's been on the show so many times. He's like my Ed McMahon, except he doesn't carry around a large check with my name on it. Unfortunately,
That sucks.
yes, it does.
But he is your friend.
He is my friend.
So it's all good.
He's my little brother. He's a little brother I never had, and I'm the older brother he never wanted.
Perfect.
So Tommy, how the fuck are you, man? We haven't
I'm
seen
good.
each other in almost 2 years.
Was it that long ago?
It was the last time Ack played in Minnesota.
Yeah. Okay. That could very well be.
Yeah, it was a lot, and we were at Stoney's
Yeah. It feels like a year ago.
about a year and a half.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
actually it's pushing on too because it was over like Labor Day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a great bar. Great place.
Stoney's, and we will be back. We'll be back. I can't wait. That's on St. Patrick's Day, Friday the 17th of March.
With Minnesota Pete Campbell.
Minnesota Pete Campbell, yeah.
Good
Nick
dude.
Rotella, Matt Moline.
Yep. All nice people.
Yeah.
You had a good group of guys.
I don't know how the fuck I am able to get all these fucking amazing musicians to play with me.
I ask myself that too.
I know. It's like I'm just this fucking hack that tries.
Yeah.
But see, this is my thing. The better the musicians that are playing with me, that's the better that I sound.
Maybe.
Or
I'm
the
not really
worse
sure
that I
what it
sound.
is.
I don't know. But we're working on some stuff with the All-Star version too. Fingers crossed. Might have a couple gigs coming up too.
Nice.
So yeah, you're out here for the Los Angeles Kiss Expo.
Yeah. But also, too, just to get away for a couple of days, get out of Minneapolis, get out of the cold, see Ace Frehley play.
That's right. We're going to go see
hang
Ace.
with Izzy, do some fun stuff. It's all good.
But wait a minute. I thought you hated Ace Frehley. I thought it was in your contract from Gene and Paul that you weren't allowed to like Ace Frehley and you could only like Tommy Thayer.
No, we negotiated that. It's all
Oh,
good.
okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, everything is cool, and they've been wonderful to us, and they don't seem to have an issue with it at this point.
Well, that's good. That's good. And in all seriousness, I mean, we were talking about this. We were walking around Hollywood, down the boulevard earlier, and I stopped and bought this fucking T-shirt that I didn't need, but it was so damn cool that I couldn't fucking resist.
It's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. And we were talking about this. It's like, did you ever think? Because you guys are in with them. I mean, yeah, I joke about it. Everybody jokes about it, but no, you guys are not working for Kiss doing Three Sides of the Coin. You guys are just fans. You bullshit about Kiss.
Yeah, that's the conspiracy theory, is that we are being paid by Gene and Paul.
I have seen the checks.
Well, we'll keep that to
I actually, what was we were gonna do something with that in Vegas. I was gonna show up with your check from Gene.
Yeah, because you stopped at his Beverly Hills mansion, picked it up,
Right,
and brought
just
it
for you, just for you. And this is so funny that I go all the way up to fucking Vegas to go hang with these guys and, be a surprise guest on the show. Didn't even have me on the show.
We didn't do a show.
Oh, you didn't?
Did we?
No. It was just a bunch of video stuff.
Yeah, that's all it was.
Yeah.
You got to talk to Michael about that.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
the technical
Well,
director.
Brandvold hates me.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, he does. He
No,
does.
uh-uh.
Because if Brandvold didn't hate me, I would be back on the show every once in a while. The only time I can get on 3 sides is when we do our...
When we take over.
Yeah.
I think Mike just likes to talk a lot, so there's not room for you.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
He
what I'm
does.
thinking. Yeah.
He does. It's like, Brandvold doesn't shut up. Cicchini's stuffing his face with meatloaf, and you're just there laughing.
Yeah, those two are just more than I can handle.
Oh no! It is a great show. It's really cool what you guys do, and it's funny. I'm a Kiss geek, so of course I enjoy it, and I know you guys.
Yeah.
I know you guys.
Yes.
Those guys up there.
Yeah.
You know,
it's kind of one of those things that we never expected it to take off, and all of a sudden it's turned into this thing, whatever that is. It's a
Right.
thing.
Right.
now.
But and what I was getting at, what we were talking about earlier, it's like, because you're in with the Kiss camp. I mean, you're friends with, they know you, you know them.
Yeah.
Like you're friends with Tommy. Acquaintances.
Mm-hmm.
With Tommy and Eric, and then Gina Paul know who you are.
Yeah.
I mean, they should. You're signing your checks. And oh, wait for it, Matt Fontaine. Ah.
Yeah.
I wish you had cans so you could hear that laugh. I'll play that laugh for you later. But did you ever think it's like you look at your 17-year-old self, loving Kiss, greatest band I've ever seen in my fucking life. I idolize these guys. Is there any part of you that thought it's like, oh fuck, I'm in with these guys. They know me.
No, of course not. And it's the whole thing is just stupid luck.
Right.
That's all it is. We started out a podcast for no other reason than to talk about the band, talk about music, and talk about the fans.
Right.
And it's just turned into this thing. I don't know how else to say it. It's just different than what I anticipated it to be, and it's much bigger than I ever thought that it would be.
Right, because you guys have a large fucking fan base. You guys are moving in 3 million views now?
Yeah, very, very soon. We're just at about 3 million. So for the podcast that could, it's really been quite a ride. It's remarkable, and we've got people who listen from all over the world.
Right. Yeah.
150 countries, I think, is what Michael had said at one point.
That's
Which is
insane.
just mind-blowing to me. And it's so funny because you'll go to a record show or you'll go to a music show or like Amoeba today, and you run into people that you know.
Right.
That listen to the show. And it's just, it's very humbling, and we so appreciate the support. And I think a big reason that it works is that you've got Michael, who everybody hates. He's my Simon Cowell. He
Right.
loves that. And then you have someone like Mark, who is the epitome of what a collector of a band would be.
Right.
And he just has such passion. All of us do, actually.
Oh,
But
yeah.
It's the music in general, but I always tell people, because they don't understand the whole Kiss thing, it could be about anybody.
Right.
Kiss is just the most viable
Right.
band, and we're all fans, obviously, but it's really kind of more a podcast about being a kid and growing up in the 70s and 80s, masquerading as a Kiss podcast. Because we talk about memories. That's what it is. That's why people connect with it.
Right.
But we didn't think about that going in.
Oh, no, you just fucking, because you said you guys are just sitting at Sensors, right?
Yep.
And it's like, dude, we can do this online and fucking talk about Kiss.
Totally.
Just sitting with your friends, having a couple beers.
Us sitting here right now is exactly how it started. No different. And we didn't really care one way or another what happened. We weren't doing it for anything other than doing it for ourselves. So it's really kind of, like I said, it's very humbling, and we're so grateful for the support and everything that's happened to us. And, getting a chance to get to know the guys in the band, who are all 4 of them are super nice people. They really are. And just all of the great experiences that have happened. And the thing that really surprises me more than anything else is the amount of musicians who listen.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'm at I don't know. I want to say it was Northern Invasion or one of those summer festivals up in my area. And I'm walking backstage, and John Five's like, "Hey, I know you." I'm like, "No, you don't." He's like, "Yeah, dude, I listen to the show." You know, stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
It's mind blowing to me.
I same thing with me too. It's like it's just little shit like that. Like I was telling you the story from NAMM this weekend. Great time at NAMM. Like the people that I've met through not only this, but through everything that I do here in Hollywood and on the Monsters cruise. It's like my friend zone is widened, and I'm hanging out with Stevie McSwain from McSwain Guitars, and he's got these custom guitars. They're fucking beautiful, and he's gonna build me one when I can afford it. It's gonna be a while, but we're gonna do something.
Do a GoFundMe.
Yeah. No, dude, I wouldn't feel right about doing it for that. I mean, I felt terrible about people doing it so I can get home for the fucking funeral. You know,
but that's a whole nother.
I know, but still, I didn't feel right about it. But
it's friends. Man,
exactly, and it humbled me. It really did. But I'm sitting there, I'm just bullshitting with him, and he just had a tiny little booth. And all of a sudden, Vernon Reed comes walking over from Living Color, and he knows Vernon. And they're bullshitting. He's like, "Izzy, have you met Vernon?" I'm like, "No." "Nice to see you, sir." But no, you can't be like that. It's just like, "Hey, man, how you doing? Good to see you."
Call him sir.
No. I did not. He was a funny guy. He was a nice guy. It's like little shit like that, and like fucking I was talking to, and his name is escaping me right now. I think he plays keys in the Cult. Damon Fox.
Okay.
Good friends with my buddy Ace from Faster Pussycat. That's who I was there with. And Damon I've met through the jam nights a couple times. Don't really know him, but we're bullshit. All of a sudden, fucking Billy Duffy comes walking over. The guitar player from the Cult.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's different when you get introduced to these people.
Oh, totally.
And it's like, "Hey, man, good to see you." Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, "You have the greatest live guitar tone I've ever heard in my life." And I wasn't bullshitting. I was serious about that. He's like, "Oh, dude, thank you." But so anyways, where I was getting at, last week at Soundcheck, we had Dave Ellefson from Megadeth. Yeah. And I made a Slave Raider joke on stage, knowing that he's the only person that's going to get it.
Oh, totally.
Because they were doing Electric Eye. And I'm like, "You remember Slave Raider?" Then I started doing this for Electric Eye.
Perfect.
And he thought that was hilarious. And I ran into him after we went to the convention. We went to see King's X, who I don't understand why you don't like. And
no. Don't say that.
I know. I'm giving you shit. I'm giving you shit. I'm giving you shit. And Zach Sabbath.
The bass player used to come to the Houston Record Show all the time when I would do it.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Doug Pinnick.
Doug, yeah.
Super great guy. He's been on the show.
Yeah, very nice person.
Yeah, I love King's X. King's X is one of those bands that they're very musician fans. The fans are like musicians. And I don't know why they never crossed over into just regular music listeners.
I think sometimes it's because of just the makeup of the band as far as a three-piece. Maybe it's the name. For me, music is one of those things that if you don't have a friend that listens to that particular band or someone that can expose you to them, you're not going to get it.
Yeah, that's true.
I bet you there are so many bands that I would absolutely love. Maybe King's X is one of them. That I've never really heard much of their stuff because I don't have any friends that listen to them.
Right.
So you got to be in that right circle of people.
Right.
For any particular
band.
That
absolutely. That's like I was shoving Richie Kotzen down your throat today.
Yeah, but that was really good. I liked it. It's just it wouldn't be something that I would seek out on my own unless you exposed me to it.
Right.
And it's not that I get stuck in a habit. I do look for new stuff. I think that the new 6 a.m. is absolutely incredible. But part of that is because I'm already a fan of Nikki Sixx and Motley Crue. So there's a little bit of a connection there that takes you to that next step.
Right.
And I think that's a big piece of it.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. So we're there, and in between King's X and Zach Sabbath, which is, if you're not familiar with it, it's Zach Wilde doing Black Sabbath songs.
But is Max Sabbath here too?
Max Sabbath does play here every once in a while, yes.
That I want to see.
I know, I do too.
Now, for those of you that don't know what that is, it's all these guys that dress up like the McDonald's characters and they do Black Sabbath songs, but they change the lyrics to like food. Is that not correct?
I don't know. I just know they dress up like the McDonald's characters.
Yeah, no, and they change everything to like something that has something to do with food.
Okay. See, I didn't know they changed the lyrics.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It's supposed to be absolutely fantastic.
So yeah, we go to see them, and I run into Dave Ellefson, and I'm like, he didn't remember me right away when I said Slave Raider. Like, I'm glad you got that Slave Raider joke. He goes, funny story. So I'm talking to Chris Jericho about Wednesday night, and he goes, was Izzy hosting?
Crotch.
Yeah, Sparkle Crotch. He goes, was Izzy hosting? I'm like, wait a minute, what? Jericho knows who I... What? Jericho knows who I am? It just boggled my mind.
Chris Jericho, I got to say, is probably one of the nicest people I've ever met. Super, super nice guy. Big fan of the show, and we met him because of the show.
That's right.
Yeah, just a super cool guy.
Because he's a Kiss geek like all of us.
Big time, except he's so wrong because he thinks that Crazy Nights is like one of the best Kiss records.
Crazy Nights is amazing.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
It
is.
sucks.
It does not suck.
The songs are good, but the production is just so awful, and the Gene Simmons songs are so bad.
No, no, no is pretty badass.
The only one on there that's of any value at all is Good Girl Gone Bad.
That's a great song as well.
Other than that, it's
But how many great songs did Gene have in the 80s?
one, maybe two.
Any
That's
Way You
it.
Slice It is badass.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Look, you could take Lick It Up through, I don't know, Hot in the Shade and make one good Paul Stanley solo album.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. That's about it. And I feel bad for him because he was like literally controlling and taking care of everything because everyone had kind of abandoned him.
Have you noticed this? I can't remember if we've ever had this conversation, but every album other than maybe one or two is led off with the Paul Stanley song.
Yeah, because he was producing and doing all the work.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But I mean,
It's Paul Stanley.
even through the 70s.
Yeah.
Other
but
than...
I don't know if that's by design or not, though.
Yeah.
Because if you talk to some people, they think that Gene Simmons is the lead singer of Kiss.
Right.
Not Paul Stanley.
Right.
I never thought of it that way.
No. You always thought Paul is the front man.
Big time.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
And Gene sings a bunch of songs.
Yeah. I never even contemplated that. But I suppose, he's doing his own thing and he's kind of steering the ship, and I'm grateful that he kept it together because, man, they're firing on all cylinders now. They
Right.
really, truly are.
'Cause
I know you love Ace and all that. And
Right. Well, look, my thing is, and I mean, the last time I saw Kiss was when they were with Motley Crue at the State Fair.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not going to lie, it was bad. I mean, it was bad. Paul's voice has gotten a lot better.
Oh, he sounds great now. And I remember one of the State Fair shows that he was struggling a bit, but I don't think it was the Motley Crue show, but I remember being there for that. But, I think sometimes people get a little hypercritical about it because if you look, seriously, for all of you that are Van Halen fans of the Roth era,
Right.
I've seen them a couple dozen times with Roth. You listen back to some of those board tapes and you're like, holy shit. Because you listen with your eyes as much as you do
Right.
your ears.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And so it's a whole other thing. So I don't look at it and go, oh, this is just not working for me. I don't
Right.
see it that way. And it's very easy to pick it apart when you're watching a video on YouTube.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I mean, I was at the Kimmel taping when Van Halen shut down Hollywood Boulevard.
Oh.
And you
Oh,
watch,
that's right. Okay.
and people, Dave sounds terrible. When I was there, he sounded good. I mean, he didn't sound, he doesn't sound like he did fucking 30 years ago.
No one does other
no
than
one
Robin
does.
Zander.
Right.
You know?
But live there, it was fine.
Yeah.
But you watch it on YouTube, you watch it on Kimmel, it's like,
But you're in the moment. That's
Right,
the whole
right,
thing.
right.
I don't think music was necessarily always designed to be consumed by YouTube.
oh my God,
It just created a whole different thing. But you listen to those early shows, and you have to take it with a grain of salt as to
Right.
what it is.
Right.
At least from my perspective. The only band that I've ever seen that I think has been completely consistent is Cheap Trick.
Yeah.
Xander keeps getting better.
And he smokes.
Yeah, heater, one right after the other.
And he still has that voice. It's just fucking amazing. Motorhead was always like that too. Every time I saw Motorhead, it was like spot on.
Well, there you go.
But granted, it was so fucking loud that
Maybe you didn't know for sure.
right. But I mean, you see it on fucking see videos of it, and it's like it's just fucking Lemmy being Lemmy. It's just Lemmy. Not that Lemmy's voice is exactly Robin Zander's.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if he's doing if he's doing what you expect him to do, and he sounds the way he should, then it's great.
Right, exactly.
Because you can't compare one singer to another, and a lot of it's physical. Sometimes some people just can't keep it together.
Right.
As they get older. I mean, I saw Paul McCartney last year, and for the first time in all the years I've seen him, the cracks are starting to show a little bit. But it's Paul McCartney. I'm gonna give him a pass on that.
Right. The closest I ever came to seeing him live is like when I first moved out here. And we were staying at that Hotel Las Palmas that I pointed out.
Yeah.
And Kimmel shut down the Boulevard for Timberlake one night and McCartney the next night.
Okay.
Or it was vice versa. And I walked during sound check. They put these huge fences up so you can't stand on the side and see, because you have to get tickets and go through. They're free, but you have to get tickets to get in to see it. And I went all the way up to the top of that mall, and I could see one of the video screens during sound check while he was playing. It's like, that's the closest I ever fucking came. But it was cool. It was badass. It's like, fuck, all right, cool. I saw McCartney.
Yeah, I just love him because it was such a part of my childhood.
Right.
And I don't know, I've seen him probably a dozen times. I think.
Wow.
I saw him both nights when he was in Minneapolis, and man, he is unbelievable. So any of you that are Beatles fans, if you get the opportunity, you need to go and see him because he's amazing.
I can't remember if my mom saw them or not. I know she saw Elvis, but I can't remember if she said she saw I don't think she saw the Beatles.
Well,
because they only played once
right.
in Minnesota, and that was the Met Stadium show.
Yeah, and I think also too, some of that is, it's like you like to say that you were there. It would have been great, but at the same time, it sounded like such a miserable experience. That
right.
What did you miss? Probably not much.
But it's just the fact of saying that I saw the fucking Beatles.
Oh, I get it. Believe me, I totally understand. And they're, it doesn't get much better than that other than Elvis Presley and the Rolling Stones.
Right.
I think those are the three biggies over everything else.
And I have seen the Stones. I saw them on the Steel Wheels tour with Living Colour.
Yeah, I did not like that tour. I think the best I've ever seen the Rolling Stones was this last tour.
Oh, wow.
Last year. They were unfreaking believable.
Wow.
Yeah, so good. Moonlight Mile, all these different songs that you don't normally get to hear them, do. That's one of the things I love about Cheap Trick. I was telling you earlier. Last time I saw them, they did 4 songs I'd never heard before. I've seen them 127, 128 times.
Yeah, they change it out so much.
It's fantastic. And that's the beauty of music and going to live concerts is you let yourself just go in the moment of that band's music, and it's fantastic. It makes me feel like a kid again. And that's why I like Kiss so much.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude, I get it, man. And I'm so stoked that we get to go see fucking Ace on Sunday.
Oh, that's going to be, God, he's so good.
I know. See, ladies and gentlemen, he does not hate Ace Frehley.
No, I don't. The only complaint I have about Ace is I really wish that he would give up Love Gun and all that other nonsense and play more Ace Frehley solo songs.
I agree. But, I mean, you can't go to an Ace show without expecting to hear some Kiss songs.
I know, but do the songs that you wrote in Kiss.
Right.
Hard Times.
Kind of like
Save Your Love.
Kind of like we do in ACK.
Yeah. Your set list in ACK is what Ace's set list should be.
Thank you.
Except I want you to work on Words Are Not Enough. Because you threw that together and you need to add that as a regular because it's such a great song.
Oh, it's in the set.
You should do audio video. You really should. When we had John Reagan on, he's like, I love that song. I completely forgot. I don't know why that didn't make the cut. I'm like, I don't know. You tell me. It's amazing.
Yeah. When I had him on the show, I'm like, I told him, I was like, I have an Ace tribute band. He's like, yeah, I see your your Facebook posts about it every once in a while. I'm like, that's a horrible John Regan impression, by the way. And I told him, I was like, yeah, we're doing shit like, words are not enough. He's like, you're doing words are not enough? You guys are doing words are not enough? I'm like, yeah.
And whose fucking idea was that? Thank you.
Yeah. You kind of bullied me into it.
Yeah, I did. Of course I did, because I knew you could do it, and it's such a great song. Why wouldn't you?
It is.
So that's my issue with Ace, is that I just wish that he would do some of those other things. Like with Kiss, there's always an argument about who or what song should be played, and this, that, and the other. Mm-hmm. And I'm at the point where I really don't care anymore. Just give me at least one nugget every time. And they did on the last tour. They did Flaming Youth. And I was like, oh. Because sometimes the thing is that you have this idea about a song that you've loved since you were a kid, but it doesn't necessarily mean it works live.
Right. That makes sense. That makes sense.
So for me, I'd heard a couple of the versions of All American Man. Mm-hmm. Love that song, but it just... it didn't work the way some of the other stuff did. So, Getaway Mainline was unbelievable. It's a hit or miss kind of thing.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. You realize what we're doing right now? We're actually doing a fucking a version of Dropping the Needle.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much, which hasn't... When's the last time we did one of those?
It's been a long time.
It's been fucking moons.
Yeah.
We get, every once in a while we get people popping in about it. It's like, well, the fuck are you guys going to do another show?
Yeah, I know. I suppose we should probably resurrect it. And we've talked about it, and I've talked with Brandvold, and it would work. It's just, it's finding the time, and is there the interest out there to keep it interesting for us?
Oh, absolutely.
Because I'm finding a lot of new music now. And that's the biggest part of it, is that there's only so much time in the day to listen to new music.
Yep. And
you have to acclimate yourself to it. So there are certain bands that I always hold above others, and 6 a.m. would be one of them. Mm-hmm. Blackberry Smoke would be the other.
Great fucking band.
God, they're good.
Great band.
Just unbelievable how good they are. It amazes me every time I see them.
And I'm telling you, I think one of the things that would help you, we were having this conversation at Amoeba today, and dude, I'm telling you, you have to go Facebook Live with fucking Cicchini at fucking Amoeba tomorrow.
Oh, I will. Absolutely. Just because of the fact that, he's gonna go into debt tomorrow at Amoeba.
Oh my God. I went into debt today.
Doing what?
Buying a t-shirt.
Oh.
But that was worth it.
Well, yeah. That's one of the coolest shirts I've ever seen.
But where the fuck was I going with this? I can't remember. Oh yeah, back to the vinyl thing. And you were saying you never really got into vinyl. You've never owned a record player.
Yeah, no. I owned a record player.
Oh, you did.
But the day that I remember it clearly, the day that the CD players were reasonable, within a year of them coming out, or 2 years, which is around 87. The first new CD I bought at the time was Girls, Girls, Girls. And I was so excited by how great it sounded and how easy it was. The next day I literally threw all of my vinyl in the trash. All of it. Yeah. Why? Why keep it? You can't keep it clean. You can't keep it from popping.
That's part of the beauty of it, though.
No, it was problematic. It was a pain in the ass. Whereas now, man, an iPod, that's the coolest thing ever.
But yeah, but like I was telling you while we're at Amoeba, I think the thing that I love about vinyl is it forces me to listen to the whole record.
Right.
And I think for yourself to be exposed to new music, that would be a way.
True, but at the other side of that too isn't so much the vinyl; it could be the CD as well. If anything, it's that the record labels have gotten back to pushing singles. Yep. So when it's a new record or a new CD, if I can find it at a local record store, I always go out and buy it, and I'll sit down, go home, put on my headphones, and listen to the whole thing from beginning to end.
And see, but that's the thing that not a lot of people do.
Well, yeah, but the younger
Everybody's like,
generation,
all right,
it's a
bro,
whole other
bro.
thing.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother deal, because the thing I think that really fell to the wayside is when vinyl disappeared, the artwork disappeared.
Yep.
But at the same time, the artwork had to disappear, because think about it, when we were young, can you imagine if we had YouTube?
Oh my God.
Yeah. So the imagination has gone out of the music. It really has, and it's
Right.
been replaced. And that started with MTV, but now we're at a point where they're just everything is so instant gratification. It's right there for you.
Yep.
That it's really kind of lost to what it used to be, and you can't explain to people that are 20 years old what it truly was like, where you actually used to sit down and you'd listen to the record from beginning to end, and you'd read the liner notes, and you'd know who the engineer was, and I know that sounds probably really pathetic, but
No.
when you're sitting there thinking about it and listening to this music, you had to come up with all of that in your head, you know. And I think the ultimate example of that would be Elton John, "Goodbye Yellow Brick Road."
Okay.
You know, I don't know if you're familiar with that.
I'm familiar with the record.
Well,
I've
it's
never owned it. But...
Okay, it's a 3-gatefold.
Oh, wow.
So it's like 3 sections, and every single song has a drawing, painting, picture with all the lyrics. So you can just sit there and lose yourself in the whole thing. And to this day, it's the coolest thing I've ever seen when it comes to vinyl.
Oh, I want to go buy it now.
Seriously.
Just because of that.
It's unbelievable. And that doesn't exist anymore. Now it's on a 4x4-inch card, and now even that's gone because everything is downloaded.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. Our first comment, Lori Nickel. It's a sick shirt. Yes, it is. Thank you.
What,
Thank
the
you.
one you just bought?
Yeah, the Love Gun shirt. And I think Lori is in good old Australia.
Well, I know that name. Lori is a listener to the show.
Yeah.
She's a very nice gal, and she always leaves lots of comments, and we appreciate her support.
And I think she listens to this show every once in a while, too.
She must really be bored.
Yeah. Like, you must really be fucking bored to be hanging out with me right here doing this.
Oh, I feel LA cool right now.
Yeah, you do. Well, because, I mean, yeah, you're hanging out with Izzy fucking Presley.
Exactly.
In Hollywood.
Exactly.
Right.
How much cooler does it get than that? I don't know.
Just
much.
wait, because something floored me. Tommy, oh, that's right. Lori's a dude, by the way. We knew that.
Is it? Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Tommy, how old are you?
51.
Never seen the greatest movie of all time, bar none, The Blues Brothers.
No. I haven't seen Star Wars either.
I know, and trust me, if we had time, there would be a marathon.
Thank God we don't.
But we are going to watch The Blues Brothers tonight.
Yeah, he's forcing me.
Forcing him. I'm going to cook. I got some chicken. We got some pasta. Cicchini's jerking off now because I'm talking about food. And we got some corn. It's going to be huge. It's going to be great. It's going to be fucking amazing. It's going to be awesome. So yeah, we're going to watch the fucking Blues Brothers
I
later.
just know one line from that movie, and that's it.
Yeah, the one that you said.
Yeah, that's it. So this will be a whole new experience.
Oh, you're going to fucking love it. You're going to love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
Probably not at all. Shh. So what else do you want to talk about?
I don't know. What do we want to talk about?
I don't know. How
I
do
don't
you
know.
feel?
How do I feel? I feel pretty good.
Yeah, me too.
Dude, you realize I think we only have 2 beers left.
Oh, fuck. We have Jack Daniels. We have a bottle of Jack.
Yeah, it's not mine though.
I thought you said we could crack it.
I texted Red. Red has not texted me back
okay.
yet.
Well, then, so we're waiting.
We're waiting. We're waiting to find out because I only told him a couple shots because I don't want to drink it all. Because we could drink it all. That could be very easily. But we can always just run and get more beer.
Yeah, we could do that.
That's not hard.
Well, so let's talk more about music. Let's talk about, what, I'd like to know from anyone that's listening what they grew up on. What are their favorite bands? Who influenced them? And what does music mean to them?
Let's see how many people are listening. We know Lori's listening. Let's see. Let me go to the. Okay.
Sorry, Lori.
We have 16 people listening right now. All right.
All right.
All
Hey.
right. let's give a round of applause to the 16 people that are listening. Wait for it. No, that's no. We're not laughing at them. There we go.
I'd like to know what they want us to talk about. What do they want to know?
Yes. I didn't hear what you said.
I said I want to know what they want us to talk about. What do they want to know?
Yeah, we'll see. Let's see. AC/DC, the Bon Scott days. Well, you're Australian, I believe, correct? Scott Lee, more beer. Scotty, what's going on, buddy? Yes, I agree. More beer.
Are we talking about AC/DC?
AC/DC, the
I
Bon
like the
Scott
original
days.
singer.
The Bon Scott days, yeah.
No. Dave, the guy before Bon Scott.
What?
Yeah.
I've never heard. I mean, I know there was a guy before Bon Scott, but I've never heard anything.
Well, what you got to do is look up on YouTube, Can I Sit Next to You, Girl? They did an original version with him before they recut it with Bon Scott. I would say he was the best of the three.
Really?
Yes.
Very interesting.
And I'm not dogging on AC/DC. It's just, I have always viewed AC/DC this way. Oh, you love that song? Well, here's another one that sounds just like it. You know, it's not bad. It's just,
right.
It doesn't do anything for me.
I can respect that.
Yeah. And
I can respect
they're
that.
a great band, and I understand people love them, but not for me.
I can respect that.
Yeah.
I mean, my AC/DC is the Bon Scott years.
Well, and I'd say that was better than the Brian Johnson.
Right.
years.
And I mean, not dogging on Brian Johnson, because obviously you can't argue with what they did.
No, of course
You
not.
know, I mean, that Back in Black record it's like, to one generation, that's Frampton Comes Alive.
Right.
You
but
know?
it's interesting to think what it would have been like if Bon Scott was the
Right.
one singing on it.
Right.
You know? Like I
Right.
heard there's a version of Van Halen's 5150 with Roth vocals.
No.
That's what I've heard. Like he demoed a bunch of it before he left.
Okay.
I don't know if that's true. I don't know David Lee Roth.
That's
personally.
an interesting conversation. That would be an interesting listen.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Because I know Summer Nights would not have been part of that, because
No, it
that
wasn't.
was the first
but I know
song.
that some of the songs
Right.
were, though.
Right.
Like 75%, I guess. But I don't know. Again, it's all
Right.
rumor and innuendo and hearsay.
Right. And I listened to that record. I can't picture Dave singing any of those songs.
Neither can I. You know, but that's just the rumor.
Huh. That's a rumor.
So what else is up?
Nobody else is chiming in yet.
Oh, come on, people. For
I
Christ's
know.
sakes.
Come on. Get in the chat room and say hi and send us beer. Because,
Yeah.
we like beer. Beer is good. So, yeah, you're here for the KISS convention. You going to go see Peter Criss.
Yeah. I'm here to hang out with you.
But
Get some
mostly
sun.
for the KISS convention.
No, not necessarily.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
This is just as much fun. You know, hanging out and getting out of the snow for a couple of days. And
Right.
tomorrow night we're going to go down to the Strip and go to the Rainbow and
Yeah,
hang
we
out.
are.
And yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, dude, it's going to be great.
It's always nice to be somewhere different.
Right. I know exactly what you mean. It's so funny. It's like, I always said, it's like, yeah, dude, I'm going to move to LA. It's going to be awesome. I can find something different to do every night and, go to all these different bars. And where do I go every night?
Rainbow.
The Rainbow.
Yeah, but if you find something you like, you stick with it.
Oh,
It's all
yeah.
good. But also, too, the landscape has changed considerably
Right.
since the last time I was here. We were talking about that earlier.
Right.
It's just not the same thing. And I can't say whether it's good or bad, but it's, like if you take New York City, that's a shell of its former self.
Right.
Now it's truly Disneyland.
Right.
You can't have the good without the bad. And you clean the city up too much and you lose all the character.
Yeah, I agree. And that's one thing that is starting to happen here, too, though. House of Blues is gone.
Yeah.
They're putting up a fucking hotel. And the problem is, if you keep taking away these landmarks that draw people to the town, then what's left is just a bunch of fucking hotels and high-rises.
But see, the developers don't see it that way.
Of course
they
they don't.
understand the importance of some of those places. And I also think that the other piece of it is it's just, it's natural for things to move forward and change.
Right.
Unfortunately, some of the things that you hold near and dear that were so important to you fall by the wayside.
Yep.
And before you know it, you've got, 18 Chinese food places on one corner.
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
No, but when it replaces all the cool record stores, it's kind of a bummer.
Right,
I love Chinese food, but
Oh, I do too.
Yeah, so for me, it's at least what I've seen. Like I told you, we were walking on Hollywood Boulevard, and I know it's a tourist trap and everything, but it was very underwhelming. And I was surprised at how many places were closed up and vacant and just, I don't know, dumpier than the last time I was here. But Amoeba Records saved the whole day. 'Cause
Right.
that place is, God, anybody that loves music, man, go to amoeba.com because apparently they have free shipping and the stuff they have there. I'm going back tomorrow with Chikini, and I'm telling you, there's at least 2 or 3 other things I'm going to purchase easily, if not more, because it's so freaking cool.
Why do I have a feeling you're going to pick him up at the airport and that you're going to go straight there?
Probably, yeah.
I might actually have to meet you guys there just so I can watch Chikini go through Amoeba.
He's going to freak out. He saw the picture, and he's like, wait for me.
What picture? What picture did you send him?
I posted a photo from there.
Okay.
Yeah, of, hey, I'm in Amoeba Records, the coolest place I've ever been in. And it was like when we were going up the stairs. Like,
that's right. You did take that shot. That's right.
Yeah, and it's just, So for any of you folks that have never been to LA, if you do get here, you gotta go.
You have to go to Amoeba. It's a landmark here. If you ever saw the Lemmy movie or the Lemmy documentary, that's where he goes and buys that Beatles record.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is what they have. The amount of stuff that they have is just fucking mind blowing.
I've never seen anything like it. And to give you an idea, this goes well beyond vinyl and new vinyl. This is, the stuff you'd expect, like T-shirts and posters and all that. But I don't know for wherever the people that are listening, live. But even in Minneapolis, there is no record store that has the amount, even like close to the DVD live concerts. And we're not talking bootlegs, but just regular release stuff that I've never seen before. And it's like, holy shit. And it's not just like a section of rock. They've got country and rock and alternative and jazz.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a whole section of blues. There must have been 300 DVDs just in the blues section.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is just the DVDs.
Yeah.
It's just unfucking believable. I mean, they have a whole floor just for the movies.
Yeah. Yeah, we were up there today. So check them out online, man, because that is amazing. It just doesn't get any better than that.
Since we're talking about online, a quick shout out to my boy John Palumbo. He used to be the artist rep at Dean Guitars, and now he is with this great online music store. And they're more than just online, but it is Replay Guitar Exchange. Check those guys out. It's been around for a little while now. And they're doing some really great stuff out of Tampa. Just check out replayguitar.com. It's replayguitar.com. I know we got a lot of musicians that listen to this show. Check it out if you're looking for something in particular. Check them out. They might have it, and it's not Guitar Center.
Yeah.
It's a place that a guy owns. It's not a huge company. So check it out. Replayguitar.com. And then email John Palumbo and say, hi, John Palumbo. Izzy said to say, hi, John Palumbo. So there you go.
There you go.
Check them out.
Support them.
Support them. Support them. Support them. Support them. So yeah, it's like, and what, like I said, I can't wait to see fucking Chikini in there. His head will explode. He's going to freak.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So for those of you that don't know, Mark loves music more than anyone I think I know, and he's one of my co-hosts. And we're going to take him in there tomorrow, and he's going to just, it'll be great.
I can't wait to see that. Oh my God, I can't wait to see that. What else? Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a break for 1 minute. I notice you're out of beer, I believe. I'm going to let you go to the fridge and grab the last 2 beers.
Okay.
We're going to take a short little break. We'll be right back here with Tommy Sommers from 3 Sides of the Coin.
And Paul Stanley.
And Paul Stanley. It's another fucking podcast.
People.
If you need to promote your band or business, or just want to stylize, personalize, or customize your ride, check out vid-decals.com. Want to create and customize your own stickers representing your band, or make your own bumper sticker? Vid Decals can do it. All stickers are printed on quality vinyl and can be placed on any flat surface. Stickers are an affordable way to promote your band or business. Go to vid-decals.com to get started. That's vid-decals.com. vid-decals.com.
RockstarLeatherworks.com is your home for badass rock and roll gear. Featuring 100% handmade leather bands, watches, cuffs, bracelets, and more, Rockstar Leatherworks has something for everybody. Whether you are going to the show or you are in it, you can find something to fit your needs. Choose from a variety of designs or create your own masterpiece. Their bands and watches are second to none. They also ship internationally. Who needs a stage to be a rock star? Check out RockstarLeatherworks.com.
All right. I am back, and that flushing you here is Tommy Sommers. Instead of going to the fridge to get more beers, he went to take a leak. So yes, check out, like I said, check out Replay Guitar Exchange. Or what was it? Let me find it, John Palumbo. Replay Guitar Exchange. That is replayguitar.com. And, of course, if you are listening live right now, please feel free to pop into the chat room. Say hi. You can give us questions. You can make fun of Tommy. You can tell us what you want us to talk about. I mean, whatever floats your boat. I mean, that's why it's there. The most live listeners I had at one time, I think, was 95. And, of course, that was when I had Jenna... And
Jameson?
Genocide from Paradise Kitty, along with their drummer Rachel Ryan, who played with.
Were they in this room?
No, we did that out. No.
Okay.
And there's actually video of that one. The video just hasn't surfaced yet, Christian. And Rachel played with Femme Fatale.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
There you go. 80s bands.
Bengals.
Oh, that's right.
God, I love the Bengals.
You shut that door, please. Thank you very much. Yes, you do love the Bengals. I interviewed Susanna Hoffs.
Did you really?
I did. It was on the phone. She was super, super cool. It was when I was with 101. I just played a little bit of it on 101. It was really for RX Magazine. But it's like, well, fuck it. Might as well kill two birds with one stone, you know?
Did you ask her out?
I did not ask her out, but there was a point in the interview where I'm assuming a few people drove off the road. There was talk about her recording naked.
Oh, God. That's awesome.
It was a producer that said, no. Everybody does it. Olivia does it. Madonna does it.
She actually fell for that?
She fell for it.
Oh, my God.
Yep.
Wow.
It was a funny story. Of course, I fucked it up. I probably fucked it up a little bit, but you get the gist of it. I mean, the gist of it, you know. What is it about the Bengals other than the fact that Susanna's gorgeous?
I put them in the same category, and not female to female here, but same with Sheryl Crow. Just extremely solid, well-written songs. Their last record, Sweetheart of the Sun, was one of my favorites.
It's a great fucking record.
Oh, Anna Lee? Jesus.
Yeah.
It's unfreaking believable song.
Anna Lee.
He said anal.
That was cool. Yeah. If you haven't heard that Bengals record, check it out. There's a couple covers on that song, on that record, that I used to play them on 101 on the cover show. I would fucking play the fucking Bengals and make people deal with it.
Probably not their last record, because then they released that. It wasn't really demos, but the early years stuff.
Oh, okay.
That's really cool too.
Yeah, they just did a couple nights at the fucking Whiskey, and of course, I missed it. Fuck. I know, dude. I wanted to go so fucking bad, but life happens.
It is what it is.
And that's the thing about living out here, which, pardon me.
You're always missing something because you're working.
Well, it's that, but there's always something happening.
Right.
Always.
Well, and you got to work, man. You got to pay your bills.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Izzy.presley@gmail.com is a PayPal.
Well, and far be it for me to come down to the boulevard and slap the cock out of your mouth when you're working.
Well, yeah, I know. You're trying to you're trying to take a load and make, $1.298.
Do you ever charge?
You can charge for that? Well, see, I got to make some money so I don't have to eat at 7-Eleven every day like Brandvold thinks I do.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Which is why you offer the rusty trombone.
Oh, what's the rusty trombone again? Please tell me. Please tell me. I forgot about the rusty trombone.
Maybe one of your listeners knows.
Oh,
we'll
my
see.
God.
Let's see.
Oh.
Okay, so what's
Hey,
up?
Rudy Salinas.
Hey, Rudy. How are you, man?
How's it going? Thanks for stopping in, throwing some horns 3 times. What's on your mind, Rudy?
Yeah, what do you want to know, Rudy?
What do you want to know? The table is yours. There's a little delay.
Yeah.
Right. Because he's not in the room with us.
Which is understandable because he's not.
Right.
Well, so what else do you want to talk about?
Oh, here. Sorry, new to Spreaker. Just wanted to say hi. Hey, man. Well, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate that. How long have we been going? We've been going for an hour.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, everybody.
Doesn't seem like that long, does it?
No, it really doesn't. But, our shows are 2.5 to 3 hours.
Yeah.
Always. That's just how it rolls.
And usually when I do 2.5 to 3 hour shows, it's usually Drunken Summits.
Okay.
And if you ever listen to one of those, you can slowly hear me.
The progression of the
Hear the progression, and then there's a wall, and then there's me falling off of a cliff.
Nice.
And the last summit that we did, it was Ace and Alex Kane from Life, Sex, and Death, and Barry Pointer. And we were just hammered, and we were drunk dialing people in our phones.
Nice.
Ricky Rackman, Howie Simon.
Oh. Oh, I'm sure they appreciated
Oh,
that.
most of them did. They thought it was hilarious. Courtney called in. Who else was on that one?
Courtney Cox?
Yes, Courtney. That's her name, Courtney Cox.
Oh, okay.
Not Friends Courtney Cox.
Yeah, but
Iron Maiden's Courtney
okay,
Cox.
I did not know that.
And of course, I haven't done this in a while, but usually every time her name is brought up, this is played.
She's a bitch!
All right, haven't played that in a while.
Poor Gary Wright.
I know. God, who else did we fucking talk to on that show? It was a long list of people, and it was hilarious.
Well, and the funny thing is that podcasts are supposed to be 10, 15 minutes long.
Really?
Well, that's the way the professionals make it sound. And we never really paid attention to that. And, man, we've had some marathons. And the funny thing is so many people have said, I actually like the longer ones because I can listen to them on the way to and from work.
Right.
And it lasts me almost the whole week.
Right.
To get through one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
that makes sense. So, look, I've always gone the Adam Carolla road, and Carolla shows are usually about an hour to an hour and a half tops.
Okay.
And I think, for me personally, that's like a perfect time. It's a perfect length. It just because sometimes it does just go on and on. Not that it's not that it's entertaining. I mean, not that it's not entertaining. Which is fine. It's great, but it's like sometimes it's just fuck.
It just rolls the way it rolls.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the way I do with this. It's like, all right, no, that was yes, Rudy's chiming in. The Bangles are an amazing band. They can really rock. Never seen them live. You need to see them live. But I have one of their vinyls. Very underrated band. Agreed.
Yeah. You're on it, Rudy.
I saw them live at the Fine Line right after I did the interview.
Yeah.
And I walked up to where that door to go down to the dressing room is, and Susanna walked by. I'm like, Susanna! And she stopped. I go, here's our interview. And I handed her the copy of RX. Inside that I put the CD that had the demo of my song 700 Miles to Memphis.
Oh, nice.
I was that guy.
Okay. Yeah, but you got to do what you got to do.
I do.
It's all good. I
Right.
thought you were just going to say you got cock blocked and couldn't get downstairs.
I wasn't trying to get downstairs. I was just wanted to give her the magazine.
Right.
If she was saying, "Hey, come downstairs and party," I would have said, "Okay,
Yeah.
alrighty then."
Yeah, who would turn that down?
Right, exactly. What was I talking about? Oh, we were talking about length of podcasts.
Yeah, it rolls the way it rolls, and some of them are shorter and some of them are longer, and
Right.
it depends on who the guest is too. There's some people with some amazing stories out there, so that's a big part of it as well.
Right. And, and that's the thing. It's like you like people with those stories. It's like that's why you have them on. You want to hear shit that you're not used to hearing. You want to hear stories that, not the same fucking stories that you hear him tell on every single show,
Yeah. Oh, totally. And that's the art of the podcast,
Right.
is trying to find people that you can ask them questions or ask it in a different way that it hasn't been before,
Right.
to get some new information.
Right,
About
exactly.
whatever you're talking about, that they haven't discussed before. And
Yeah,
that ain't
absolutely.
easy.
No, it's not. It definitely is not. And that's why I like Tommy, are you doing the full-on Peter Chris meet and greet tomorrow at the Expo? I'll be there on Saturday. Hope I can hang out with you guys. Nice. I'm flying solo. First Kiss Expo for me. Looking forward to seeing Pris as well. Peace, guys. I'm listening at work.
And who is this?
Rudy.
Oh, I don't know Rudy. I'm picking Mark up at the airport tomorrow. We'll for sure be there at the Expo. That I can promise you. But I'm not sure if we're going to swing by the Peter Chris thing tomorrow or not.
Right, because that one, the one tomorrow is just a VIP thing, correct?
I think so.
And then Saturday is the full-blown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I really don't know. I wish I could tell you. I'm just not sure. And we're going to go to Ace that Sunday night.
Yeah, we are.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, we are.
We're going to be a couple of rocks. So
And he's playing with Enough's Enough, right?
oh, that's right. I completely
Yeah.
forgot
Do you know
about
Chip?
that.
Have you met Chip?
No, but he is. He did that thing with Bren.
What
That
thing with
song.
Bren?
They did a song together.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know
it's
that.
Chip, Bren, and I can't remember who the other people are in the band, but it sounded like it went really, really well. And yeah. So
When was that?
Last year. Or maybe not even a year ago.
That is weird and wild stuff. I did not know that.
Yes, I was going to introduce myself to him and just say,
I'll introduce you. Chip is one of the nicest guys in the fucking
"Oh, so you know
world.
him? Okay,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
cool. Okay, yeah, because he and Bren, I don't remember exactly the details of it, but Bren was just telling me how much fun it was and that the song turned out great. And
Chip's a talented motherfucker.
oh yeah, I've always liked Enough's Enough. I think they're a fantastic band, and they're born in that whole Cheap Trick thing. So they've got
Right.
the harmony, they've got that. I mean, to me, everything is all about the melody.
Yeah, I agree.
It doesn't matter.
I agree.
Who it is. Either it's a good song or it's not. And I think that anybody that gets signed to a label deal, with the exception of Nickelback, has at least one good song.
Do you think the Nickelback thing has gone a little jump the shark?
I don't know. I mean, my understanding from my 21-year-old son is that people go out and buy Nickelback T-shirts to this day because it's a joke. Like they wear it.
But it's turned into that. It was.
And I don't know where it came from.
I know. I don't know where it started. I don't know where the Nickelback hate started. I'm not saying I'm a Nickelback fan. That first Nickelback people, it's the same thing with Creed. I remember that Creed record came out. I really liked that first record. I thought that was a good record. But I think it was because they got so big that's where the backlash started.
So they're like this version of Hootie and the Blowfish.
Right. I love that record.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's a fucking amazing record.
I don't know what it is. I mean, I'm indifferent to the whole thing. All I know is that once it started, I would start seeing posts on Facebook like, and for those of you with no taste in music, Nickelback is coming. Stuff like that.
Right. And see, I hate it when people do that. It's like people like what they like. And
well, that's the big thing about the show too. We talk about this all the time. There's no right when you're talking about your opinion. There's no wrong or right.
Right.
You like what you like.
Right.
And if you love John Denver, God bless you because he's great. You know?
I agree.
It is
Conway
what it is.
Twitty was fucking amazing.
Right.
Because I think he's still alive.
Well, and that's the interesting thing to me about the whole Kiss with Eric and Tommy versus Kiss with Ace and Peter. You know?
Right.
People just can't let that shit go.
Well, I'm with Trunk on this one, and it's not about Tommy and Eric. It's about the makeup. That's where my problem. I have no. They're both amazing musicians, and they both deserve to be in Kiss. I understand why Gene and Paul have them do that. I get it. It's a business move. People don't want to see anything else. But and I know you guys are okay with it. You don't care. It's like you don't care. It's this version of the band, and you support it, and that's great, and that's awesome. But it's like going to a fucking NHL game and they're wearing the darks at home. It just doesn't look right. It's not right. And that's just my opinion. And I know a lot of people share that same opinion. They both deserve to be in the band. They're both amazing musicians. They've both been in the band a very long time.
Yeah, I guess the way I look at it is this. They did the reunion tour.
Yep.
They did what I hoped they would do.
Yep.
Stuff doesn't last forever.
I agree.
So when they move forward, what difference does it make? I mean, look at how many different people have played Batman.
But this
it's
is the thing. Batman was created as a comic book character.
Yeah, but nobody knows who the Ankh is, and it's like, what is the Ankh?
Right.
Any more than Eric Carr, even though you can say he was the best drummer, this, that, and the other. The Fox makeup made it on one record,
right,
and one tour, and that was it.
Right.
So I don't think that they really, honestly, had the choice. It was like if they were going to continue to doing it in makeup, they had to do it.
Look, I agree. I understand why they do it.
Yeah, but look at it from Peter's perspective as well as Ace. Okay, both of them have cried foul over the years about this.
Right.
Okay, but when they did the tour of Australia for the symphony thing,
mm-hmm.
You've got Tommy Thayer in Ace's makeup,
right,
and Peter Criss. Didn't hear a word about it then.
Right. No, I get it.
Then we switched later on, and then Ace is in the band, and Eric Singer is wearing, Peter Criss's makeup. I guess the way I look at it is nothing lasts forever. So if Ace came back, I would support that as well. So for me, I'm going to support whatever they're doing as long as I like it. And
right.
If I had to have the choice between Asylum Crazy Nights era and this version, I will take this version every time.
Right.
Because then also too, the other piece of it that you have to remember is, at least from my perspective, is at the end of the day, it's all about the music. Because if it wasn't, then the unplugs wouldn't be so dynamic.
I agree.
When they do those
and
shows.
There's a lot of people that think that unplugged record is their favorite fucking Kiss live record.
Oh, it could. Yeah, there's a lot of folks who feel that way. And I was at the Badlands show that they did a year or so ago, and that was the coolest thing. I think I would say that's in my top 5 Kiss concerts and top 5 concerts of all time.
Oh wow!
Because the only thing I knew is I knew it was going to open with Coming Home, and I knew they would close with Rock and Roll All Night. Other than that, everything's a crapshoot. And so when I'm standing there watching them and they break into a song that I actually have to think about and go, huh? Oh my God, this is a song off of the Gene Simmons 1978 solo album.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. And then they go into Mainline and all this other stuff. I'm telling you, it was unbelievable. So from my perspective, I support it because I can either A, support it, have fun and go,
right,
or I can say no to it, which I understand that as well. But where does that leave you? The thing I'd like to know is, like we were talking about earlier with the Howard Stern thing, we have a lot of people who absolutely hate us.
Right.
But they listen every single week.
Yep.
We live rent-free in their head.
Yeah.
The other part of that then would be if you were an Ace and Peter only or Original Four only guy, which is fine, then why are you on all of these forums with fans who like the current incarnation? Because no matter what you say, no matter what you do, you will never change someone's mind. And they're not wrong for liking that. I mean, take Andy Biersack from Black Veil Brides. Andy's favorite Kiss period is Revenge. Because that's when
great fucking record.
Right. But that's when he discovered them.
Right.
So for him, that's his epiphany. Just like some people it was Hotter Than Hell, and some people it was, Asylum, whatever it might be. And look, they did what they said they would do. It can't last forever. And I'm going to enjoy it because I still would rather see them than a lot of different bands. And I like the makeup. So for me, I
love the makeup too. And it just, like I said, my problem lies in the fact that Ace and Peter created that makeup for themselves, which is different than the Batman reference that you made, because that was created as a comic book character. The makeup that they wore was extensions of themselves.
Which I understand, but at the same time, they're also, whether they knowingly did it or not, created 4 iconic symbols that everyone knows. And the other part of it is there's a lot of people who go see Kiss now that don't realize that it is or is not Ace Frehley.
Right.
Some of them may not even know him by name.
Right.
And that's not a dig to Ace. It's
not at all.
It is what it is, because when you're around for 40 frickin' years, I'm sure there's people who go see the Rolling Stones who had no idea that Brian Jones was in the band, let alone who he even is.
Right.
So I guess, whatever side of the coin you land on, that's
it's like when they say the name of the movie in the movie.
At the end of the day, you're not wrong.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not wrong. You're not wrong. It's all opinion, and it's all what we like. And it. And the thing that really sent me over the edge was, Tommy singing "Shock Me," and Eric singing "Beth," and that's. It's like, God.
But you know what? If I had my choice, they wouldn't do those songs. I would rather have them do something different.
Right.
But that's neither here nor there for me. But
because that's not our call.
But here to hear Beth acoustic is fantastic.
That's
But now, if given the choice, I would rather have Tommy do Lightning Strikes than Shock Me. Shock Me to me is a tired song that needs to be retired in the Kiss lineup. But yet, I agree. It's fun to hear Ace do it.
Right, because it's Ace's song.
Right. And I get it. It's just that's what people expect.
Right.
And so at the same time, you're also playing. And I used to be very vocal about that. But the point was driven home to me at the Radisson for that Kiss convention that they did. Mm-hmm. I'm sitting in the third row, right in front of Paul Stanley, thinking, okay.
Are you the guy that asked Bruce Kulick how much money he had in his bank account?
No, that was not.
Do you remember that?
Yes, I do. Yeah. He probably listens to our show. But sitting there thinking, God, this is going to be so cool to hear them do. Because I didn't really care what they did per se.
Right.
But I was thinking of all of the possibilities of all the songs they've recorded that would be acoustic and what would work and what wouldn't, because there's just certain ones that won't. And I've got this idiot in front of me yelling, I Love It Loud and Love Gun. And it's just stuff we've heard for years and years and years. And it's like, he didn't get it. And so that day I realized that so many don't. So that's why they play what they play.
Oh, right.
And they have a different audience than, say, someone like Bruce Springsteen, who can play all these different songs and get away with it. It's just a whole different...
Because people go to see Kiss for the spectacle of it.
Yeah, probably.
And I'm not saying that there's a large percentage of people that are there because they're diehard Kiss fans, but there's a large percentage of people that are there that, oh, Kiss is in town, I was told I needed to see this show. I've always wanted to see this show. I think I need to go see this show.
Well, yeah, and speaking of that, what I found very ironic is I remember when they came through here for the reunion tour in '96, there was a lot of people there, and I mean more than a half a dozen, which is a lot in this particular circumstance that I ran into.
Third row, Gene side.
There you go. Hey, I started the Blood Cup thing with Kurt Gooch.
Really?
Yes, I was the person that started that, which created a whole melee.
I'm going to let you get back to your story here in a second. After the show, we were up by the fucking railing, and one of the security guards took my ticket stub and dipped it in Gene's blood. So I had Gene's blood on my fucking ticket stub, right? And a couple years later, one of my buddies is like, dude, we have a laminating machine at my job. Why don't you give me all your ticket stubs and I'll laminate them for you? I'm like, badass, this is awesome. Gave him everything, including, of course, the Gene Simmons blood ticket stub. They're in his locker at work. They replaced the lockers. I lost all my ticket stubs. My Monsters of Rock from 1988, my first Big Boy concert.
Yeah,
the Kiss, my first North Stars game.
Ooh.
Against the Blackhawks, 1984.
Wow.
I have a great fucking Polaroid of that, though. Blown up into a poster. It's awesome. So I lost all that shit.
Oh, that sucks.
It sucks. Anyways, continue.
Well, what I was going to say is that I ran into no less than half a dozen people that I went to high school with at my high school that would have never listened to them. And now all of a sudden they're at a Kiss show, which I find to be so incredibly ironic.
Right.
You know? And just, man, some of the stuff that happened at those shows. I remember there was a couple having sex at one of the shows.
Nice.
Yep. And I watched Kurt Gooch get punched in the face. That was a classic, you know, because he was trying to get the guitar body. And Kurt's an unusual dude. You know, he's a nice guy. For those of you that don't know him, Kurt was born to manipulate the media. So this is what Kurt would do. Kurt wouldn't even be in the front row. But he'd go down there periodically throughout the concert. No one ever seemed to stop him. He went down there twice. He went down there to get the bottom part of Paul Stanley's cape or his coat that he wore. Mm-hmm. And he would go down there to get the guitar body. And I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, he'd walk away with this thing. So what he would typically do with the Paul Stanley bottom piece of his coat is Paul would throw it out and Kurt would just go up to the guy that got it and said, I need that back. And they'd be like, what? And he's like, well, I work for the band and we need to reattach that to the thing tomorrow.
Oh, my God, that is fucking brilliant.
So he had a bunch of those. But I remember one where he had to fight for the guitar body and the Nixons were on tour. And they came, I watched them run, because I know John, the drummer. I watched him run down the side of the Civic Center and down to the front row where Kurt was getting his ass kicked. In fact, it got to the point where Paul stopped the show and was making comments about it. And my friend Jim was like, hey, is that your buddy Kurt? I'm like, yeah, pretty much, because we were lower level, maybe one section off.
Right.
And so after the show, we're standing outside, and here comes Kurt running up to me. And he's got the guitar body hidden under his shirt with this big fucking welt on his forehead from the guy who punched him in the face when he tried to get the guitar body from him. And Kurt did that for years. I can't tell you how many bodies and cape pieces he had.
Oh, wow. That's insane. I know Nick from 93X, Nick Danger, or Nick Bourne now. He went back to Nick Bourne. He's a huge Kiss geek, and that's how we became friends. It goes back to everything we've talked about today. It always goes back to Kiss.
But how did we become friends? Because I don't remember.
I don't know. I think it was through the show, through mutual friends.
Yeah. I want to say it's through all of your 101 folks.
Yeah, that could be.
You know,
that could be.
St. Cloud, Minnesota.
St. Cloud, Minnesota. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. For sure.
Oh,
not an attractive accent.
No.
No woman has ever heard the phrase, oh, yeah, oh, for sure, going fishing up to Mille Lacs there this weekend. I thought, you know what? I really need to have his cock in my ass.
But But you say that.
Touche. So me and Nick became friends working at Soft Touch Car Wash while he was in college and I was fresh out of high school. And it started out, we were fucking washing cars and he would drive the car up to the line and we would have to say it. We'd be on a, we were doing it in order. So we were doing the Kiss records. He'd say it, then I had to say the next one, and blah, 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 blah. And then it was the bond right there.
Next thing you know, you guys are all naked.
Yeah, exactly. So I saw him at the end of that 96 show, the first one. And he was just huffing and puffing because he was with 93X, or I think it was it 93X or was it The Edge? I think it was The Edge at the time.
93.7, The Edge.
I think it was The Edge at the time.
Yeah.
And so he had front row or second row or whatever. And he was just livid because he caught part of the guitar. Security guard fucking ripped it away from him.
Really?
Yeah.
That was surprising.
Yeah, he was livid.
I thought for sure it was Kurt.
Maybe it was.
Yeah, he was just posing as the security guard.
Yeah,
That's unbelievable.
I bet you that's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I bet that was Kurt.
That is fucking hilarious. See? Small world.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And I could tell you stories all night about that guy. He's Kurt is I don't know. He's a good guy, but he's very unusual.
Well, I tell you what, we're rolling up on 10 o'clock here. We've been doing this for about an hour and a half.
You're hungry.
Yeah, you're hungry. I'm fat, so it means I'm hungry. We got to watch the Blues Brothers. Tommy, we could go for 3 hours. We easily could go for 3 hours.
Well, I think everyone's pretty much stopped following you now, haven't they?
I don't know. Let's see how many listeners we have now. I haven't checked this. Up to 36.
Wow.
36.
Well, why isn't anyone saying anything?
I don't know.
I don't
know.
get
Maybe
that.
maybe some people were listening and just not chiming in, or
It helps,
whatever.
if you guys are going to listen, it really helps if you actually make a comment.
It does. It does.
You know?
But of course, we got to eat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cook some din for Mr. fucking Summers here. He's
So
gonna
if you're
go
in the
by
LA area and you're a Kiss fan, come out to the expo on Saturday. Just look up Kiss LA Expo on Google, and you'll find out all of the information. And there's a lot of cool guests there. Let me see. So Bruce Kulick's going to be there.
That's
Super
right, Bruce.
nice guy.
I love Bruce. Tell him I said hi.
I will. Peter Criss. Ken Kelly, who did the original artwork for Love Gun and Destroyer, is going to be there. Julian Gill, who runs Kiss FAQ. He is, boy, does he write some great books. He's going to be there signing copies of the latest book about the Elder called The Odyssey. And
Wait, latest book about how many books about the Elder have there been?
His latest book.
Okay.
The one before that
gotcha,
he did.
Gotcha.
Seriously, what Julian does is he basically takes all of these different interviews and information and puts it in chronological order and hands it to you. And what's nice about that is that everything is in one spot for you to read. So it gives you real insight as to what was going on during the recording of that record. He did the same thing with the solo albums. So if you are a Kiss fan and you're not familiar with Julian Gill, Gill, look him up online on Amazon. He probably has, he's got to have at least a dozen Kiss books.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's just big time minutia. And so what this Elder book is it's comprised of all the different people who worked on the record, from engineers to art people to all these different folks, and just kind of paints a picture of what was going on at the time. So he's going to be there. There's just a bunch of different guests that are going to be out there. Roman Fernandez is there, and Roman was Bill's partner.
Yes.
Yeah, and Roman is trying to get a petition to get Bill Aucoin into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
As where he deserves to be.
Absolutely. So you can come out and support him as well. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and then Priss, the all-female Kiss band, is playing.
Dude, I tried to get Ack in there. I tried. And that was
What
before
happened?
they had already booked Priss.
Well, why couldn't they done both of them?
I don't know. He's like, no, dude, he's like, that sounds awesome. I told him who was in the band.
Yeah.
And he's like, we've already got Pris Entertainment's already fucking locked up.
Yeah.
So
It is what it is. Well,
It
maybe
is
he'll
what
do
it
another one and you can get a shot.
yeah.
I didn't even think of that. But that would have been perfect.
Oh, it would have been awesome.
Yeah.
To have my Ace Frehley tribute playing at the fucking
Big time.
yeah, and fucking have Bruce come up and join us for a song.
Yeah,
he probably would have.
Oh, I'm sure he
Bruce
would
is a great dude. You know, it's weird. I've only met Bruce in person, like hanging out once, and that was when I first moved out here. And every time it's just all been email, and for the past 2-3 years, it's all been email. And when he called in and did the show,
He's a very nice man.
oh, he's a great dude, super nice. He almost played on my birthday.
Wow.
When I did my birthday show at Lucky Strike, make sure you get down. I'm not going to be there for the next 2 weeks because of the Monster Rock Cruise
So
and
go.
Cruise to the Edge. Yeah, go when I'm not there.
You can hang out with Howie Simon.
Yeah, go
He's
hang
got
out with Howie.
long, brown, curly hair.
He looks like Weird Al with the goatee.
Yes, exactly. And just walk up to him like you know him.
And he doesn't wear sleeves. And give him a hug. He loves people. He loves hugs, especially people he doesn't know. He enjoys touching him. Yes.
Yeah, he loves that.
Yes, it's a great thing in his mind. He eats it up. He enjoys it. He loves it. Just go hug Howie Simon.
We should
Hug
start
him.
a campaign. Hug Howie Simon.
We should. We should start a Facebook page. Hug Howie Simon.
I think a great idea has been born.
Oh God, I agree. Rudy chimed in again, guys. I'm listening. This was cool. Enjoy the Blues Brothers. Greatest movie of all time, bar none. Get some cheese whiz
that would
before you
be,
watch it.
Thunderbolt Lightfoot.
Yeah, you haven't watched the Blues
And
Brothers yet.
Slapshot.
You haven't seen the Blues Brothers yet.
Slapshot. You can't tell me that the Blues Brothers is going to be better than Slapshot.
I'll tell you why. The Blues Brothers is one of the most quoted movies of all time. It's got the greatest cameos, and you will see that when you watch it.
I understand.
It's got music that you know and that you remember and you want to sing along with.
That's Slapshot.
Trust me. Just wait.
I mean,
And-
how often
and-
do you see
yeah,
him
wait,
on
wait.
Ellerman?
And you know what trumps it? Princess Leia is a badass.
Who's that?
Oh, that's right, because you're not a Star Wars geek. You've
No,
never seen Star Wars.
Or Star Trek. What's the difference?
Well, that's okay. Star Trek is for geeks. Star Wars is for cool people.
Whatever.
I don't know. You're just looking down. It's like you got your glasses right there.
No, I just
and it's
don't
like you're
get
looking
it.
down your nose.
It's not bad. I just
oh
don't
no,
get it.
I know. I'm
You
just
know,
giving you a hard
I
time.
just don't get it. I never played Dungeons and Dragons. I don't get it.
Rudy says Peter Criss should have been in the Doobie Brothers after Kiss. That's my theory.
Interesting.
Interesting concept. Yes, we'll talk about that if we ever do another episode of fucking Dropping the Needle.
Yeah, there you go.
So, all right. So yeah, check out Three Sides of the Coin. 3sidesofthecoin.com is the website.
I think so.
YouTube, Spreaker.
It's everywhere.
It's
we have
everywhere.
iTunes.
iTunes.
We
Yes,
have
iTunes. Thank you.
iTunes. We have iHeart. We have Spreaker. We have.
That's right. You guys are on iHeart.
Yeah,
I should get on iHeart.
We're everywhere.
I should get on iHeart.
Yeah,
It's free.
and you would qualify for it because you have enough history. I don't know. You'd have to talk to Brandvold. He knows all.
Yeah,
about
but
that.
then I would have to talk to Brandvold.
But you like talking to Brandvold.
Says who?
You secretly do.
Brandvold is the Howie Simon of Three Sides of the Coin.
You know he's the Simon Cowell.
Okay,
Three
that
Sides
too.
of the Coin.
So yeah, check that out. And if you're in the Minneapolis area, you want to buy a house, you want to sell a house, talk to Tommy Sommers.
Give me a call. I'll take care of you.
Yeah, he's good at what he does. He's gonna take care of my ma.
Yeah, I'm gonna take care of your mom.
He's gonna take care of my ma. Selling her house. Don't get any fucking ideas on that. Hold on. Let me hit my outro music here, which is, ironically, from Kiss Animalized Live Uncensored.
Oh, God.
The outro for Black Diamond.
I thought for sure that it would be, I don't know, Village People.
You have a problem with if it was going to be anything like that, it would be fucking all hail the White War. Battle War. All hail the White Berry. It has been another fucking podcast. Please check out all of my sponsors. Oh my god. Vid-Dash Decals, Rockstar Leatherworks, Sass Pants Designs, The Rockwood Saloon. Beater Amplification and AMP Productions. Check them all out. And of course, if you do want to split show momentarily, gmail.com is your PayPal. Tommy Sommers, thank you so much for doing this, man. This is fun. Had a good time. Had a great time. So good. Hit that follow button. Hit that subscribe button. My quest for 1 million followers on Twitter. I'm currently at about 1,800. Getting there. Close. I'm close. I will see you. I will talk to you guys. I'm gonna record a show on the fucking phone. I might walk around with a microphone and stick it in people's faces. Who knows? And the next in studio show will be February 13th with Bobby Brown. It's another fucking podcast.